Alright, so now we are on the desktop and we want to start afresh. Lesson 100 on web design and hosting. So first thing we're going to do is to launch our server, which in this case an offline server we are using called XAMPP. So we'll search it and launch it. And when you launch it, by default, ordinarily this will be on normal. It will not be highlighted. You are meant to launch it by clicking start for Apache, start for MySQL. In this case, Apache and MySQL will represent both your server and your database. Having said that, the next thing we're going to do is to locate the content management system we are going to be using. Content management system we're going to be using, there are a lot of them actually in the public space. We have Drupal, we have Mambo, we have Joomla, and we have WordPress. We are going to be dealing with WordPress because it happens to be one of the most accepted globally, and most of the world's largest sites are run on WordPress. Having said that, let's minimize our server and then head to a folder where we can have WordPress. So I'm navigating to where I can find WordPress file. So let me do web here. This is one. I don't know where this one comes from. Copy. Paste this one here. And let's see. While that is going on, I will delete this class.com that we had earlier. Okay, so let me check also where this is coming from and open it and see. Is it the same? Well, let's try this and see. It's copying. So it is advisable that at every point you want to install your WordPress file, that you download from the site, the WordPress site directly.
Okay.
You go to wordpress.org and then download a fresh file. Reason is, one, to avoid file incomplete, number one. Then number two is that they are always updating the files on their website. So the one we're about to install now might be a later version of what is in their website. So to be in touch with whatever that is happening part time, it's better you have it from them directly. You remember? Do you understand what I did?
Yeah.
I deleted the first WordPress file and copy a fresh one, and then name it the same class.com. Now after deleting that one, so you can see that this file is complete because he has taken us to a page where we can install the WordPress file on our hosts. Now there are requirements for this installation. Number one, we will read what is written there. So welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, we need some information on the database. You will need to know the following items before proceeding. Number one, database name. Number two, database username. Number three, database password. Number four, database host. Number five, table prefix, in brackets, if you want to run more than one WordPress in a single database. Now I'm going to explain these 5 items. Number one is database name. Remember that before this installation, we created the database on this server.
Yeah.
So our database name is Stanley. Number two, database username. By default, That is to say, by manufacturer's setting, WordPress database username is set to root, ROOT.
Okay.
Then number 3, database password. In this case, the database password, it is created by default that the database should not have a password, so it's null.
Okay.
Null means empty.
So it's blank.
Yes, so where we have database password, we will not put anything there. Then database host, remember this class is done offline. If it is done offline, by implication, what that means also is that we are running these sites on a local host. Okay, so database host is local host. Then number 5 is explanatory, that if we want to run more than one WordPress in a single database, like this database name we created called Stanley, so we use the prefix. So let's move on. We move down here, there's a button called Let's Go. We'll click on it, and then it navigates to in the next page. See, now those items we just talked about, now we are going to list it. All of them has a box. Database name is what? Stanley, right? If you make a mistake, it will not go. Database username, remember we say root. Database password is blank. Database host is local host, right? Now remember, table prefix WP. If you want to run multiple WordPress installation in a single database, change this. So if I don't want to, in another site that I want to design, I don't want to create another database name. I will remove this WP underscore and put whatever name I want. Okay, but we are going to leave it by default because I want us to create database name each time we want to design the site. So let's submit. Now, all right, say Sparky, you have made it through this part of the installation. WordPress can now communicate with your database. If you are ready, time now to continue. So let's run the installation, and then we are here. Welcome. So welcome to the famous 5-minute WordPress installation process. Just fill in the information below and you will be on your way to using the most extendable and powerful personal publishing platform in the world. Alright, information needed. Site title. Now, I want you to understand that whatever you do here, this site title, whatever information you are putting here, can still be changed. Okay, so let's say just classroom, right? Username. This username is the one that you are going to use to log into the back end of the website. Remember, the website you are designing, it is only the front end, the front part of it, that your clients will be seeing. The back of it, the control room, the control panel, is only meant for the administrator, to whoever is managing that site. So this username has to be created. It can be anything. So let's create a username here. Let's say student. Sorry. Remember, whatever you are writing here, be sure to remember they are also case sensitive. Now, password. This server is suggesting a password for us. Remember that password has to be very strong to avoid manipulation and also prevent intruders. Hackers gaze passwords that are usual to people out there. Things like date of birth, family names, and all of that. So passwords are supposed to be a combination of characters, numbers, some
symbols
and all of that to make it strong. Okay, so having said that, for the purpose of this class and also to make it easy for remembrance, we will put something very easy to remember. So let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's telling us it's weak. Yes, we are aware that it's weak. It's for the purpose of this class. Then it's telling us to confirm the weak password. Yes, you click inside that box, right? And then email. The next thing, you put your email. The email can be changed also later. So let's say Noble, sorry, yes, Nobuligoche at gmail.com. Yes. So we'll put the email. The next thing here is says search engine visibility, and this search engine visibility, search engine visibility, we can discourage it. We can discourage it, we can encourage it. Now there is a radio, a square button there that is saying discourage search engine from indexing this site. I will explain what this means actually. You see, search engine optimization, SEO, is what helps your sites to pop up when people search for things around what your site is all about, what you are doing. It helps you to come on top when people make a search around what your website is all about. So to discourage it will be very wrong.
Okay.
So there's no need saying, okay, you want to discourage it. No, you want your site to be seen. In fact, the purpose why you are creating the site is that you want people to visit it. So we will not discourage it. So we'll go ahead and install WordPress. So remember our username and remember our password. Now see, this system is telling you, do you want to save the password? Yes, it's your system. I will save it so you can remember. What this means is that anytime you want to log into this site, both the username and the password, the system will remember it for you. You don't do this if it is somebody's system. Okay. So what I do here, I will say login. You see, automatically, you see the username and the password is already there. So if I log in now, to log us in to this site. Congratulations, we are at the dashboard. This is phase 1 of our design. Yes, we are at the dashboard. We have successfully installed WordPress, and the site is ready for design.